Hey guys, welcome to the Stray Bullet devlog. My name is Cayman Parker. I'm the creator of Stray Bullet. I'm also doing all the music composition and also doing some of the game development on it. In our last devlog, in devlog number 1, we talked about some of the story and some of the characters, and I apologize for taking 6 months off on making these. I didn't realize life was going to get as busy as it did. So in this devlog, I really want to talk about some of the updates we've been doing as well as some of the key game mechanics. We're also going to go over some of the sprites and also going to show off some of the features that we have already implemented in the game. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm using for Stray Bullet, I am using Construct 3 to do all the development. I've really enjoyed learning how to utilize all the tools that it has. I'm really liking the block coding. It definitely makes it easier in my brain to keep everything organized and make everything work. So let's go over some of the sprites first. So we'll go over Bullet sprite. This is the old sprite of Bullet. So it's basically your normal idle animation. She would blink every once in a while. And I also had, if you look, there is a spot for the gun up here. It would be mounted on this bracket. We also had her jump animation, which is just pretty much a basic jump. Also had this run animation, which looks really funny now that we've updated all of the sprites. So let's go to the new ones. So you've seen the old. These are the new sprites. So they definitely look a lot better. These are all made by our artist Joey, who also works with Hamstar Games. He's going to be doing pretty much all of the artwork in this game. We also have Devin Todd, who's doing a little bit of the concept art. But I think that Joey has done a wonderful job. He's really stepped up our game as far as art goes. So I'll show you some more. This is our walk animation. This will probably use probably using a sneaking sequence or something in the game. Haven't quite figured it out, but nonetheless it looks really good. This is our run animation. And what I really like about what Joey did is that he actually studied a lot of cat videos online to know how cats move and make sure everything is anatomically correct. So it looks fantastic. And as you can see, we still have the gun mount here. So the way that it works is there's actually a gun that we have that is a separate sprite, and we use the pin behavior to put it on top. And then we have a red reticle, and I'll show you more about that in just a second. Let's also show some of our some of Tweak's sprites. He only really has 2. We're probably going to update these later. I'm sure Joey can do something a lot more amazing with these than what I can, but this is the front sprite, and then this is him facing away from the player. Let's get into some of the game mechanics. So there's 2 types of levels in Stray Bullet. There is a free roam level where the player can move left, right, up and down. There's also rush zones. So rush zones, the way they work is basically the game moves for you, and it's somewhat like Donkey Kong Country whenever you would be in the mine carts and you would have to jump over either enemies or certain obstacles. But with this, you can also shoot enemies and also trigger certain key events while you're running through those rush zones. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you one of the free roam level examples. None of this is going to be actual gameplay. It's mostly just for me to test out things. So it's going to be a kind of behind the scenes look in my construct of how I'm making things work. So first off, what you'll see the gun. So as I mentioned, the gun can move omnidirectionally. Excuse me. And it follows the red reticle. So wherever the player has their mouse, basically it will shoot. And I don't have any shots, actually, any ammo or anything kind of made into this level yet. So like I said, this is mostly just for movement and for my sake, for perfecting all the movements and getting all the stuff down. But anyway, this is the idle animation. I can move right, left, and I'm also able to move that gun that's attached freely in any way I want. Alright, I got some a little bit of jumping obstacles right here. You can see the player can jump. Also had this number up here just to pretty much monitor the performance of the game, make sure that nothing's using up too much memory, make sure everything's working as it should. But these are your basic movements right here, and it feels really good to play. The problem with this game, not so much a problem with the obstacle, was there's not really a lot of games where there's a quadrupedal animal or a four-legged animal running through the game. So what we do is we actually use the Lion King game on the Sega Genesis as an example of what kind of sprites we wanted, and Joey really adapted that well into the gameplay. So everything's looking really smooth, and I'm really happy with it. The physics feel great. I'm sure we may adjust a few things, but like maybe a double jump feature or something. I think we have that on there now, but it's not quite perfected yet. But that is the basic mechanics for a free roam level. So let's go over here to a one of the rush zones. So this level, basically, it served as a way for me to figure out how Construct works. So with this level, I was able to figure out how to do dialogue, also the shooting, and it was really fun way to learn. So I'll just get right into it and show you guys a little bit about what's going on. So the level starts. We got some dialogue triggered. So if you look in the top left, you can see that there is actually a health bar as well as some of the energy bar showing. When that energy bar is filled, it actually allows the player to use a special move. And whenever you use a special move, it may be a new gun pops out of Bullet's back to shoot enemies, or it may be other things that we come up with. But nonetheless, it's going to be really cool to implement in the game. And this is an example of one of the dialogue boxes. So the dialogue box idea I got from Undertale. So what I like about Undertale is that instead of there being voice acting, there's actually sounds that come out that acts as maybe the character's accent or their tone. And so we kind of adapted that now. So as you listen, you can kind of hear how Tweak's voice is right here. So very mousy, and I thought it was pretty fitting. So, welcome to Stray Bullet. This is a rush zone. In these levels, the player must use cat-like reflexes to navigate Bullet through a variety of obstacles and hazards while Bullet runs automatically. Use the space key to jump, the S key to fall through platforms, and the mouse to aim, and the left mouse button to shoot. So, I'll go ahead and show you guys how everything acts. And the gun actually is functional on this level, so it's a lot of fun though. So as you can see, we're having to hop over objects. So I want you to look at the top left. Whenever I pick up this electrogenic slime, what this does is it fills the special gauge up, and whenever it gets full, we'll be able to use that special attack. So, destroy that enemy. Alright, so I get hit here. Notice the health bar, how it goes down. So it's fully functional, everything's working like it should, so that's good. Gonna dodge some obstacles here. And it's really unique. There's not very many games that I can think of that kind of run for you and do things like this, but we're filling up that gauge up there. I'm gonna get hit by the bomb again to show you how the health gauge goes down. Good. So this is actually hyper electrogenic slime. So the way this works is it's kind of rainbow. It's kind of like the star from Mario, but whenever you pick this up, it's going to fill the energy gauge all the way. And so this will allow the player to use their special attack. Now I haven't yet implemented the special attacks in this game. I have ideas for how what I want there to be, but you'll see the gauge will go up all the way. And one cool feature that I added is I added it to where Bullet kind of has an aura around her, kind of like what you'd see with Goku and DBZ or something. So I'll let you see that whenever I hit this slime. So there it is. But what's going to happen is I'm going to have the R key assigned to a special attack, and so the player will be able to use that. Oh, and I died. So everything is functioning right. It's really cool. We tried to keep it as original as we could, and try not to. We try to take things from maybe games like Mega Man, but then keep the same ideas, or keep unique ideas that were respective to Stray Bullet that players would really enjoy. So that's pretty much it as far as the sprites and animations go. So one more thing I'll show you though is Tweak's Lab. So Tweak's Lab acts as the hub level, so or the hub world. Whenever you go to Tweak's Lab, you'll be able to choose different biomes that you go into. Here you'll also be able to maybe switch weapons or change other abilities that you have. So I'll show you a little bit with that. So this is Tweak's Lab. As you can see, our sprite hasn't been updated yet. We'll just use the normal Bullet sprite without the gun attached. So to our left we have Tweak, and you'll press E to interact. He doesn't really do anything yet, but I'm going to add certain menu options there. This is the main unit here where you select the levels, and over here you'll see the teleporter. And so whenever you activate this module over here and you select a biome, there's actually a portal that pops up so the player can go to the next world. You can also see a piece of cheese up there we can't quite get. So we'll get that whenever, be able to get that maybe later on whenever we get another ability. But I won't say much on that for now. So we activated the module, and this is where you select what biome you want to go to. So you hover over it, and so this is the desert. So it gives a description: a vast arid desert home to hostile and deadly creatures. Countless dunes of obscure ruins filled with treasures and booby traps. Reportedly, Vexus has unleashed an alpha creature so formidable it can withstand a nuclear blast. So, like I may have mentioned in the first devlog video, there are alpha creatures that Vexus has trained up and has made that you have to go and destroy. And while you're also going through these different biomes, you're also looking for Cal in order to rescue him. So this is an example of you just choosing the different biomes. So we'll go ahead and select desert. And we'll confirm our location. Keep in mind, some of these sprites aren't quite updated all the way yet. So like right here, you'll see Bullet's old sprite will come up. So Tweak's powering up the portal. The portal is made, so you get sucked in. If you notice, it went to Bullet's old sprite. This level is pretty much made right here, but I'm not going to show that this time around. Maybe for the next devlog I'll show off more on biomes. But anyway, that was it for now. So I appreciate you guys keeping up with my game, and I hope that you continue to support it. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. And we'll see you guys in the next devlog video.